Hi guys, alright, so I just came back from a meeting where we were meeting with a couple of two young entrepreneurs, or aspiring entrepreneurs rather, and we were talking about something that was again very relevant to what I talked about in my previous video, all about doing traffic. So they have a lot of creative ideas, really interesting, and I mean young minds you would really love, and I think if possible you may even start seeing them being featured on our channel in a short while time once they have done up some ideas. But the key thing that I was sharing with them was about the same thing: how do we get started? Which, as you can tell, because one of the things with a lot of new ideas, you can see it's very noisy because I'm outside right now. I just had to share this because it came into my mind some of the things that I was sharing with them earlier, which I think will be very relevant and interesting for most of us here who are thinking of starting a business, which goes back down to how do we get started and what are some of the things that we should be doing to start to get new traction. So because the ideas that they have are all good, but the execution could be quite difficult in terms of the resources that are available to them, the skill sets that they already have, and again what are some of the things that they can do to make it more successful and getting out fast. So as I was sharing them the other time, that one of the key things that we want to focus on is really getting something out first. Because why? It all goes down to traffic. I mentioned traffic, and in order for there to be traffic, and I'm not talking about the traffic on the road, but traffic in the sense of how many people are going to see your product that you're promoting or the service that you're offering. And in this case, because they're doing a number of videos, these videos, how are they going to get it out ready so that we can pass it out to the market, and so that more people can actually start watching it. So what are the key things that we are talking about when it comes to traffic? It all boils down to keeping it really simple. And how do we do that? That is where we were talking about coming up with some initial ideas first. So there was a grand plan of having this really great series, which is to follow the life of an entrepreneur. Great idea. The issue is that as for most of us entrepreneurs or people who are just starting out, we may not be so ready and willing to actually appear on camera. And for many businesses, they may not be willing to show the back-end operations, the systems, and how then can we tweak that model to get someone to agree to doing this. So instead of coming up with such a big and grand plan, that's where we were talking about how can we break down these ideas into something smaller, into something much simpler, and something that we can execute within the next few days. So that's what we talk about. Instead of having the entire life or the entire day of an entrepreneur, how can we just show segments of it, some of the challenges that entrepreneur is facing, and that could have been a simple one episode, sort of 5-10 minutes video, and then from there you can go on to the next challenge that they face, some of the other obstacles that they overcome, and from there we were discussing, and I think you will see it once they've gotten that segment out, where you can see that it's going to be at least 5 to 10 different videos that are all ready and easily that they can do very quickly. So likewise, for any entrepreneur out there, aspiring entrepreneurs, how can we get certain things already? And it's all about taking action fast. That means wherever you can, whatever you have ready, to break it down into small, simple, bite-sized projects that you can do. And like I mentioned, the first thing that we want to do is getting traffic, going to places, going to platforms where people are going to start to look at your offer that you have, whether it's a product that you're selling. So that might mean going to available traffic sources like e-commerce stores, setting up a Lazada account, Carousel, Shopee, and what have you. I mean, whichever platform that people are already buying, just set up a store there and start promoting, and that's the whole idea of traffic. So that's the main thing that I have for you today, all about getting started, small bite-sized information, easily to execute, and yeah, that's all. I'll see you in the next video.